Namaskar and welcome to this exciting episode of Sattology, debunking mythology. Sattology means science of truth or study of truth. Opposite of that is mythology, which means science or study of fake, lie, or imagination. So we have done many shows where we have actually pointed out, or in my books also, that what is written in the Shastra and what is the actual misrepresentation in the popular media. Also, in our Telegram channels and other channels, we keep on posting pictures about various conflicting claims of other communities and other societies on creation, which is going on in a big way in our show, in our channels right now. So do join our channels, do join us on Facebook, Twitter, and other places to hear the conversations that we are starting or we are part of. So I have a very special guest today, and we are going to talk about the authentic descriptions of Lakshman Rekha in Valmiki Ramayan. So let us welcome Shri Rajesh Kumar Singh. Welcome, Rajesh ji. Namaskar.
Namaste Atidya and namaste again to all my viewers, the learned people who I enjoy talking to, though I'm not able to see them. So before I start my presentation, uh, so as Aditya you said that there are certain things which become very popular and they are always quoted by many people, but we need to see that what was there in the original text or the oldest text which was written about Ram. We have been discussing. I am talking about it, and you must be uh, reading about it. Different tales of Ram, Sita, Lakshmana, and others, as described in Valmiki Ramayana. So there is a very famous episode which is depicted many a times. When Ram and Sita were there in Panchvati, and I have been talking about how Maricha approached in the form of the golden deer, and then he was killed. And you can see that depicted in a 17th century book, Chitra Ramayana. There are many depictions on the screen. What you see is uh, that episode I have taken from the leaf, which is known as Chitra Ramayana, or the Ramayana which is depicted in picture. So here in figure 1, you can see that Ram, Sita, and Lakshmana there, and Sita is pointing towards the golden deer, and then Rama on the persistence of Sita. He pursues the deer, golden deer, and then when he finally kills that deer, he finds that it is none other than a demon, which is Marich. So what happens, and there is another depiction also. It is from Odisha. It is known as Patua Chitra. A scroll is painted, and there are a lot of narratives. So here you can again see in the very first picture, which you are aware by now, that Sita is pointing towards the golden deer. And then you see Rama killing. Golden deer is at the top, right top of the figure F2, and this arrow pierces the demon. So actually, golden deer converts into demon. And in the third figure, what you see, that in front of the hermitage, Sita is watching, and Lakshmana, the younger brother of the Rama and brother-in-law of Sita, is drawing something, some lines using an arrow. Now, this is very interesting. Here on the screen, you will see three different pictures. One from this Patua scroll, which we discussed earlier in F1, and sorry, this will be F2, the bottom one, wrongly represented as F1. Here you can see that Sita is sitting in the hermitage. Lakshmana is going towards her, and there is a line drawn in the shape of a bow or half D. You can see here it's making in fact a D, if you see. So this is what in popular perception or depiction, which has been depicted in art form also, we call as Lakshmana Rekha. So Rekha is a line drawn, and that limits something. So in popular perception, it is believed that when Lakshmana departs going to meet Rama, so he draws a line and requests Sita to not to cross that line, meaning that if she is within the limit of this line and inside the hermitage, she will be protected. Nothing will or nobody will harm her. So this has been described in detail in many tales which we read in India. Now, what we need to see is what Valmiki has written about this episode. In the last episode, we discussed that how Marich was killed, was in the golden deer farm by the Rama. And before we move to that narration, you can see here in the figure F3, which is again apart from the Chitra Ramayana, that Sita and Lakshmana is there. Lakshmana has holded his hand, and after doing Namaste, this is Namaste, he is moving of it. So there, here he doesn't draw any line. I mean, this picture F3 is in contrast or is different from the other two figures. Now, we will see what conversation has gone between Sita and Lakshmana after Marich was killed, and whether we have any Lakshmana Rekha drawn there as described in Valmiki Ramayana or not. So, when Marich was killed by Rama, so Valmiki described that Saprapt Kalam Agyaya Chakara Chat Tat Swanam Sadrisham Raghavasya Iha Hasite Lakshmane Iticha. So now Maricha, when he was killed by, when the arrow was pierced, when the arrow pierced his body and he was about to die, then he thought in his mind that now the time has come. Praptam kalam agyaya. The time has come. Kal means time has come. And he, in the voice of Raghavasya Sadrisham, means like. So in the voice of Rama, he spoke or he yelled, Ha Site Lakshmaneti. Hey Sita, O Lakshmana, in the voice of similar to the Rama, he cried. Now when Sita heard it, he cried so loudly. Of course, that was the purpose. Lakshmana and Sita both heard that voice. So Sita became very worried naturally. So Artha Swaram tu Bhartu Vigyaya Sadrisham Bani Vach Lakshanam Sita Gach Jani hi Raghavam. Sita now see in a very sad tone, she thought that Bhartu means her husband. So she thought that her husband is in distress, and she tells Lakshmana, "Oh Lakshmana, go near Raghava." Raghava is somebody who descends Raghu, means Rama. So go to him. And at the same time, she is describing her condition. Nahi me hridayam sthane jivitam va avatishtati krosatah parmartasya shrut shabdo maya bhrisham. Nahi me hridayam sthane jiv. My heart doesn't remain stable. Means I am very unstable. I don't want to be in this condition. Akrandmanam tu bane bhratram tratum arhasi tam chiptam abhidhavatvam bhatram saranai saranam. Akrandmanam tu bane, that your brother, bhratram means brother here, O Lakshmana, your brother is crying and he deserves that you go him and help him. Tratum arhasi. Chiptam means fast. So, and abhidhav means you run. So go very fast. Tvam bhratram saranai saranam, who wants to be taken care of, to be attended to. Now, Lakshmana didn't move from there. He heard that what Sita pleaded in a very sad and distressed voice. So Valmiki says, Na jagam tathoktah tu bhratuh agyaya shasanam tam vacha tatah tatra kupita janakatmaja. Na jaga means he didn't move. Even having been told, tatha uttah, why? Because of Bhratu Agya Sasana, his brother has given him a direction that Lakshmana, be here, take care of Sita while I am going behind this deer to hunt him. So Lakshmana is following the order of his brother. Though Sita pleaded to her, he did not move from there. So having seen them, Tataha Tatra Kupita Janaka Atmaja. Kupita means somebody who is angry. And Janaka Atmaja means daughter. So here Valmiki addresses Sita as daughter of the Janaka. So this is very interesting, and you might have noticed time and again we have been discussing it, that there is no gender discrimination as many of the modern people would let us believe. Even that old time in the ancient treatise, this epic, uh, the daughter is addressed as the Sita is addressed as the daughter of the father, Janakatmaja. And we'll see later, just in this episode only, when I will be talking to you, that the son is addressed as the son of her mother, Lakshmana, in fact. So here Sita is being addressed as Janakatmaja. So Valmiki doesn't, or for that matter, what Valmiki is writing reflects the condition at that time. So there is no discrimination between a daughter or a son, a male or female, and that is very important. You people shall understand these aspects of the Indian culture, which was prevalent there, and it continues to a large extent till this date also. So Sita becomes very angry, the daughter of the Janaka, and what she says, now see Saumitre. She addresses Lakshmana as Saumitre. In Sanskrit, you say, Hey Ram, Hey Sita, Rame. So Saumitra means son of Sumitra. Sumitra is the mother of Lakshmana. Now it's very important. She is very angry with Lakshmana. Generally, she is not. She, I mean, they have very good relation, loving sister-in-law. But now, since Lakshman is not moving, and what Sita believes is a very bad condition where Rama is now. So she says, Saumitre, Mitra Rupena Bhratu Tvam Asi Satruvat. You are an enemy in the form of a friend for your brother. Mitra Rupena. You appear to be a friend to your Bhratu means brother, to brother. Tvam means you. Asi means is. Satruvat. You are an enemy. In reality, you are an enemy of your brother, though you appear to be friendly. Yah tvam ashyam avasthayam bhratram na abhipatsyase. Because even in this condition of danger, of disaster, in this avasthayam, in which your brother is there, you are na abhipatsyase, you are not going to attend to him. Ikchasitam vinasyantam ramam Lakshmana matkrite. It appears that you, Lakshman, you are enjoying ikchasitam vinasyantam, this disastrous condition of Ram, and for me you have a desire in your mind. Lobhatvam matkrite nunam nanu gachasi raghavam. Lobhatvam matkrite means you have a ill desire for me. You want to be with me. You want to have some ill intention towards me, and you are not going towards Rama. So you see in distress, a loving sister-in-law, because her husband is in a very, as per her belief, her husband is in a very disastrous situation. So she is not stable, and she is cursing Lakshmana. She continues that. Vyasanam te priyam manne snyoho bhatarah nasti astite. Vyasanam te priyam manne. You are enjoying this disaster condition of Rama. She is repeating the same thing because she wants to stress that. And you are not going to Bhatara where your brother is there. Then she says, Kim hi sansayam apatre tasmin ihe maya bhavet kartavyam iha tishtantya yat pradhana tomagata. Your main duty was pradhana tvam agata kartavyam. Kartavyam means duty and pradhan means main. Your main duty was to always be with Ram, to take care of Ram, to protect him. And unfortunately, you are not doing that. And iti bruanam vaidehim vaspa shok pariplutam. Vaidehi, now here Sita is addressed as a girl belonging to place where Janaka was ruling. Earlier she was addressed as Janakatmaja, the daughter of Janaka. Here Janak, here also she is being addressed as the daughter of Janaka, and many of you would be knowing that Janak was also known as Bideh. Bideh, that somebody who is a king, but he is disassociated with it. He is not controlled by the material things. So even though he is a ruler, he is a king who is believed to be always surrounded by material things, the glory, but he is disassociated with it. So Sita is being addressed here as Vaidehi, the daughter of Videha. So telling all these things, Sita starts weeping. Vaspa shok pariplutam. Shok means she is sad. Vasp means the water is flowing from her eye. And Lakshmana sees that. Now, when Lakshmana sees that Sita is very sad and so many things he said, so now he starts replying her politely, many things which we will describe slowly in Sanskrit. Devi, he addresses her sister-in-law in a very respectful manner. Devi means goddess. So, hey goddess, you are like mother, you are like a goddess to me. Devam manushyesu, gandharvesu, patatrishu, rakshasesu, pishachesu, kinnaresu, mrigesu cha, दानवेशु च घोरेषु स न विद्यत शोभने यो रामम प्रत्युद्धेत समरे वास वो pamama. He tells, O Devi, O goddess, please don't worry. There is no living being, no creature in the world. And he describes them. Devam means God, Manuseshu means human being, Gandharva, demigod. Then Rakshasesu, demon, Pisacheshu, somebody who is half living but not in a body form. Mrigesu means animals. Again, Danvesu means demons. So there is nobody who can, Samare means in a war, in a quarrel, in a fight, somebody who can pratyuddhet, who can counter Rama. He again stresses that fact in the next sloka. Avadhasya samare. Avadhasya means somebody who cannot be killed. Badhya means somebody who can be killed. Avadhya means somebody, one who cannot be killed. Samare again means, here also you have seen samare means in fight, in war. Ramo naiva tvam aktumarasi. I can tell you that there is nobody in this world, whosoever it be, in whatever form the creature is there is nobody who can fight, who can pratyuddhet, who can counter Rama in war, or he can kill Rama. Rama cannot be killed by anybody. That's why na tvam asmin vane hi utsahe raghavam bina. That's why I don't want to go towards Rama. This is the reason. Lakshmana explains, oh, respectfully, oh sister-in-law, nobody can kill Rama, so that's why I remain here. Now he tells many other things also. Hridayam nirvitam te astu. In your heart, you be relaxed. Nirvitam te astu. Te means you be relaxed. Santap asti tyajtamayam. And all this sadness, tyajta means you leave it. Agamishyati. It is future tense. Agamishyati te bharta. Bharta means husband. Sigram means quick. Hatva mrigotmam. Hatva means after killing. So Lakshmana again tells that remove all worry from your heart. Be relaxed. Your husband will soon come after having killed that golden deer, Megottamam, the best of the deer. So he will just come. And then he says that, see, this is design of somebody. This voice which has been created, which is similar to Rama, is not a real one. Na cha tasya swara. Swaro, it's swara vyaktam mayaya kena chitkritah gandharva nagar prakhya maya sa tasya rakshasa. So in Indian tradition, it is believed that the Gandharvas, the cities of Gandharvas are not real. It floats somewhere and it remains. Maya is means it's illusion. So comparing to that, Lakshmana says, Nacha tasya swara. It is not his. Tasya means his swara. It's not his voice. Maya kena chitkritah vyaktam. Somebody through illusion has created that voice. So Lakshmana is understanding. If you all will recall that when Sita had asked Rama, she pleaded with Rama that I want this deer live or dead. Then Lakshmana had cautioned at that time also. So Lakshmana is very alert. He had even at that time cautioned Rama and even Sita that this deer doesn't appear to be a real one. It's an illusionary. So here also he says that this voice of Ha Ram, Ha Sita, O Ram, O Sita is not the real one. It has been created by somebody through illusion. And then he again says, Nyas bhutasi vaidehi nesta mai mahatmana. Mahatmana means somebody who is a great Atma, noble person, and he is addressing his brother Rama as Mahatmana. And Nyas Bhutasi is means it's like you deposit something as a security. So he says, Badehi, oh my sister-in-law, that Mahatmana, meaning Rama, has asked me to be a security to you. Ramed tvam bararohe na tvam taktum itsahe. Now Ram has given me this order. So I don't, na tvam means you, na means no, tyaktum utsahe. I am not encouraged to leave you. Tyaktum means to leave. So because Rama has directed me to take care of you, to protect you, and I am duty bound to be here, to stand taking guard of you. So, oh my dear sister-in-law, I don't want to go from here to that place. Kritah vairasya vaidehi vayam etai nishascharai kharasya nidhanadeva jana sthana vadham prati. And he says that Nisachara means somebody who moves in darkness, in night. So generally demons are believed to do that because in daytime normal people would do, and in night they will go here and they are watching what people are doing and assess the condition to trouble them. So they says that we, Vayam means we, because of Vair means ill will towards us, with bad intention, after Khar has been killed, Kharasya Nidhanat Eva Janasthana Badam Pratam, because Rama has killed Khar, Dushana, etc. So the Rakshasa, these Nisachara, the demons of this forest have become our enemy. They want to harm us. Rakshasa Vividha Vacho Visrijanti Mahabane Hinsa Vihara Vaidehi Na chintayitum arhasi. So they are planning, I mean, Rakshasa Vividha, different types of demons, because we have killed Khar and their friends. So they keep on moving and troubling people here, and they want to trouble you through different means. So this is an illusionary voice. So that's why I don't want to meet. So Lakshmana replies to Sita's worry. But Sita is not convinced. Sita is not at all convinced, as Valmiki described. Lakshmanena evam mukta. When Lakshmana speaks like this, Sa kruddha sarakta lochana. Sa kruddha. Sa means she. Kruddha means she becomes very angry. San rakta lochana. Lochana means eyes. Her eyes, her pupil becomes like blood. Rakt means blood. So it becomes red with anger. Sita becomes further angry. She is not appeased by, she is not calmed down by the logics which Lakshman had given. Abravit parusham vakyam Lakshmanam satyavadinam. Now the Lakshmanam who is satyavadi, one who speaks truth. Satyavadi means truth. So Lakshmana, he has spoken truth, what he thought, he believes in. Now, having heard the logic of Lakshmana, Sita became very angry and she said some parusam vakyam towards Lakshmana. Parusam means harsh. It's not purus, it's not men, it's a different word, parusham. And vakyam means sentence. He now speaks very harsh sentences to Lakshmana. So you see what happens when a wife who believes that her husband is in distress, is in a disastrous situation, needs attention. So she is not convinced. Now she becomes further angry and she speaks some very harsh sentences to Lakshmana. Anarya Karanarambha. In India, generally we call Arya somebody who is civilized in ancient times. So, Anarya Karanarambha, you are a very disgraceful person of bad conduct. Nrisans, cruel. Kulapansana, somebody who doesn't bring glory to his race, his lineage. Aham tau priyam manne ramasya dasnam mahat. And she again repeats, I feel, aham means I feel, tava priyam manne, that you are very happy with the ramasya dasnam. This mighty, mahat means mighty, disastrous condition means Rama is there. You are very happy with that. Sudushtahatvam. Sudushtahatvam. Dusht means somebody who is not good, bad person. Sudushta means very bad. So you are a very bad person. Tvam means you. Bane Ramam ekam anugachhasachi. Ram, who is alone there in the forest, in the ban. You are not going towards him. Mama hetu pratichanna prayukto bharatenva. Now here Sita castigates Lakshmana and she says, that it appears that for maybe you were waiting for this very situation and you were deputed by Bharat. She even correlates this condition with the king Bharat, that perhaps Bharat wanted to harm Rama and that's why he deputed you and you were pratichanna. Till now you were appearing very good. You were talking very good that I am taking care. She forgets that what Lakshmana has been doing, but in this condition of distress, and it shows human nature so nicely. It will certainly occur that if a wife, she finds her husband who is everything to her, as Sita will describe, Valmiki will describe the condition of Sita in coming sloka. So she now castigates Lakshmana and said that you are a very bad person. You are not bringing glory to your lineage. You are enjoying the condition of the Rama. You are not going to him who is alone there. And it appears that you want to be with me with ill intention, and perhaps for this very reason, Bharat has deputed you. It's a very harsh sentence for Lakshmana. Now she tells that what is the importance of Rama for her. Samaksham tau saumitre pranan tyakshe sansaya. Na sansaya means there is no doubt. Pranan means my life. O Lakshmana, Saumitre, O Lakshmana, Samaksham Tom, in front of you, I will leave my life. Don't think that you will remain here so you will get me. It is not possible, she describes. Ramam bina chanam api nahi jivami bhutale. Bina means Ramam bina, because not having Ram with me, chadamapi means not for a second even, nahi jivami bhutale. On this earth, bhutale means on this earth, I will not remain alive. Iti ukta parusham vakyam sitaya romaharsanam. Now, what Sita has said to Lakshmana is very, very harsh. Lakshmana would not have even imagined in his any thought that I can even be like that, and my respected sister-in-law say like this. So parusam vakyam Sita Roma harsana means it scintillates your body. You have not imagined that you will hear such kind of harsh parusham sentences. Abravit Lakshmana Sita Pranjali Vijitendriya. Now these are very good sentences. They have very deep meaning. Pranjali means with folded hands. This is known as Anjali. I mean, when we do like this, Namaste to you, it is folded hands. So Pranjali, Lakshman folds his hand. And we do it in respect when we do Namaste. So Pranjali Vijitendriya. Now, who is Jitendriya? We have senses like hand, nose, noise. There are 10 indriyas, we believe, through which we can sense the environment, and those are 10. Somebody who has conquered that. He's not lured by somebody which is very attractive, like golden deer. Lakshmana is not. If there is very good food, he will not be. He is eating simple food, no luxury, no desire, no lust. So he has conquered Jit Indriya. He has conquered his Indriyas. That kind of person is Lakshmana. And when he hears these sentences, he would never have thought that I would be told these sentences where I would be intending to have bad intention towards my mother-like sister-in-law, that is Sita. So he folds his hand and now he replies to her. Uttaram no sahe vaktum daivatam bhavatima. O goddess like sister-in-law, Bhavati means very respectfully. Uttaram no vatsai vaktum. I am not able to reply to you. I don't want to. I don't want to counter you. Na sahe hi disham vakyam vaidehi janakatmaje. These kind of sentences I am unable to bear. To tolerate means these are unimaginable. I would have never thought that in my wildest of intention, I would have ever thought what you are telling me. I am not able to answer to it, to such great accusation. Srotrayo ubhayo mad tap tanaraj sannibam upshrinvantu me sarve sakshi bhuta banechara. She says that your sentences are like red, burning small arrows which pierce my body. Upshrinvantu me sarve sakshi bhuta banechara. Now in Indian tradition, you see, they are living in forest, Ram, Sita, Lakshmana, and many sages do live there. They believe that whole creation, the trees, etc., the animals, the birds, they are all part of their family. So he says, Lakshmana says, Shakshi Bhuta Banechara. I talked about Nishachara. Nisha means night. Chara means somebody who moves. So somebody who moves in night is generally demons are believed to be that. Bane chara, ban means forest, and those who are moving in the forest chara, they're all animals and even people, and generally animals and birds. So he calls them as witness, Shakshi Bhuta. You all becomes witness to this condition that I am exposed to such an accusation which I am unable to bear. It's too much for me. You will recall that there are when Buddha he got Buddhatvam, the knowledge. So he also at that moment, because there was nobody, he only had got that knowledge. So he tapped the earth. It is known as Bhumi Sparsh Mudra. Bhumi means earth, touched the earth and said that, "Oh, Prithvi or earth, be witness to this situation of mine where I have earned this knowledge. There's nobody else." So here Sita and Lakshmana, their conversation is there. Sita is naturally very angry and of course very sad. She's crying also, and in that anger and her frustration of not being able to reach to her husband, and since Lakshmana is not going there, she accuses and says some very harsh thing. But Lakshmana is self-controlled. He politely says that this is too much for me. Nyayavadi yatha anyayam ukto aham parusham toya. Toya means by you. Parusham means very harsh. I am nyayavadi. I am saying what appears to be logical. Anyayam ukto aham parusham. By you, I am being telling something which is not correct. This accusation of me being wanting to be near you because and not going to Rama is not true. Now Lakshman cautions Sita because he feels that the condition in Miss Sita and now she is trying to force her to go to Rama is not a good one. Some bad women are there. Dhik tvam adya pranasya tvam yan mamev bisankase. Dhik tvam. See, he cheats her. It's fine upon you. You're not listening to my logicful sentences. And Mamevam, on me only bisankase you are doubting. Gamisya yatra kakutsastha swastite astu baranani. Gamisya yatra kakutastha. Kakutastha is Rama. Rama, it's another way to address Rama. Gamisya yatra, I'm going to Rama. Now, having seen no other option, Lakshmana says that, oh, respectfully, with folded hands, he says, I am going where my brother Ram and your husband Ram is there. Swastite astu. At the same time, swasti means something good. Te astu means be there. So you be in well condition because Rama had ordered me and you are forcing me to go there. So, oh Sita, Baranani means beautiful, who has limbs and all those things beautiful. So she addresses her like that. Rakshantu tvam vishalakshi samagra ban devata nimittani cha ghorani yani prarudhvanti me. Rakshantu tvam samagra ban devata. All. Samagra means, samagra is the word. Samagra means all this. It's plural of ban devata. We believe that forest has gods. Gods reside there. And all these gods shall take care of. Rakshantu them. They shall take care of you. Lakshmana is at peace with him. He is not excited. But he has been made to take a decision which, as per him, is not logical. And at the same time, he says, Nimittani cha ghorani yanu pradhuvanti me apitvam sah ramena pashya iyam punaragatta. I believe that when I will come back with my brother Ramen sah, when I'll pashya punaragata, when I will come back, maybe I won't be able to see you. Naveti iti anna janami vaidehi janakatma. O Sita, I may not be. I so feel that I am going as per your direction, as per your order. I am going to Rama. But may all the gods, goddesses residing in this forest take care of you. But somehow I feel that when I will come back with my brother, I may not see you. That kind of doubt he is having, and that he is telling Sita also. Lakshmanena eva mukta sarudanti janakatmaja. But Sita, she is in distress, and when she hears Lakshman saying this, she continues to weep. Rudanti janakatmaja. The Janak's daughter is sleeping. Pratyuvas tato vakyam trivaram basva pariplutta. Water is flowing from him. She is saying, because she is not, she is in distress, she is in Godavarim pravekshami vina ramena Lakshmanam. He says, O Lakshmana, if Ram is not there, Bina Ramayana, if Ram is not there, I will enter into Pravekshami, enter into Godavari. The river Godavari is there. I will go and drown myself in the flowing water of Godavari. Abandhishe athva, or I will hang myself. Abandhishe athva, or athva means or, I will hang myself. Thyakshe bisame dehatmana. Atmana means mind, Deha means body, or I will hang over this cliff and drop myself from the height of the cliff. Pibamyaham visham tiksham, or I will drink very sharp. Tikshna means sharp, means very concentrated. Vish means not getting the word. Halahal, if you drink it, pravekshami hutasnam, or I will enter into fire. So whatever comes to her mind, different ways through which she can kill herself, or so in nutshell, she is saying, na tu aham ragvad anyam padat purusham sprishe. So now see what she is saying. She is saying, na tu aham ragvat anye padapi purusham sprishe. Pad means feet, leg. Ragvad anya means other than Rama. I will not even touch any other man's with my foot even. So don't, you have mercy on my condition. That's what she wants Lakshmana to understand, that, oh Lakshmana, without Ram I cannot live. If Ram would not be coming and you are not going to help him, so don't undermine my situation. I will not touch anybody even with my feet, means if somebody tries to touch me, I will kill myself. Whatever mean it can be, she has described different means. Iti Lakshmanam akrushya Sita dukh samanvita panibhyam rudati dukhadudaram prajaghanah. Akrushya means continued anger. Sita dukh samanvita, she is immersed with dukh, sadness, distress. Padibhyam means these both hand, rudati means weeping, dukhad udaram prajaghanam. Udaram means stomach. So she beats her in distress, she is beating her stomach and telling all these things to Lakshmana. Tamarth rupam vimana rudanti saumitra alokya vishala nitram. Lakshmana sees that and aswasyamas. Aswasya means he tries to console Rudanti Sitam, Saumitri Alokya. When Lakshmana sees Sita in this condition, weeping Sita, she tries to console her, aswasyamas. But Sita doesn't speak anything else to Lakshmana. Na chay bhartutam bhrataram kinchid uvasita. Sita doesn't speak. She is so sad, so worried. She is crying. She doesn't, nothing is coming to her. She is thinking about Rama only, that, and she wants Lakshmana to go to Ram. Tata tu Sitam abhivadya Lakshmanam kitanjali kinchid abhipramarnya cha. Then Lakshmana says that there is no other option. Sitam abhivadya. She addresses Sita, Kritanjali. Kritanjali, again, this is the Anjali position. Kinchid abhipramanita. See, he bows down also. Anvikshmano bahusas Maithilim. And but while he has bowed respectfully, Jagam Ramasya Samip Atmavam. Jaga means he goes towards Rama, where Rama is there, but while he is doing so, Anvikshmano Bahusas Maithilim, he keeps seeing Sita because he has this bad omen, he has this inkling that it's not happening. What is happening is not good. And she has a doubt that some harm may happen to Sita. So she keeps seeing her. Taya Parusam Ukta tu Kupito Raghava. Though he is unhappy with the hard sentences which have been told, Sabikangan Brisham Rama Pratasthe Nachidadeve. He wishes well to Sita that she may be in good condition and very fast, this fast speed, Achiradev. He moves towards Rama because that's what Sita wanted. Now, that's how Valmiki has described those things. And here, this is the whole description. You see, after Rama has killed Maricha, Maricha cries and wails and calls in an illusionary voice similar to Rama, O Sita, O Lakshmana, and then the whole description I had gone through except one or two slokas which were not very relevant. But at no place you will find that Lakshmana has drawn a Lakshmana Rekha. And I am again depicting the same picture. Here you can see this is also a painting where Lakshmana is drawing a Rekha. In the bottom one, there is a line, semicircular line. But in F3, which is depiction from Chitra Rekha, which has that is directly influenced by the Valmiki, and it is available in the Tanjore. In Tanjore, there is a library, very famous library, Sanskrit Saraswati Mahal Library. During the periods of Marathas in 17th and early 18th century, this Ramayana was written, Chitra Ramayana, and it was illustrated. There you see there is no attempt to draw a line. So there is no description of Lakshmana Rekha, the line of Lakshmana in Valmiki Ramayana. But Valmiki has very beautifully, intentionally described the condition of a wife who finds her husband in distress and wants his brother to go there. At the same time, there is a brother who is duty bound to protect her sister-in-law as per the order of his elder brother, who is everything for him. So how emotions are expressed and how you are in a predicament, in a dilemmatic situation, Lakshmana is having doubt. He is convinced that nothing wrong can happen with Rama, and something ill, something bad may happen to Sita. But still, he has to choose one condition, and because Sita casts aspersions and accuses him, he has to move. But at the same time, you see that not having read Valmiki Ramayan, many of us would believe that this Lakshman Rekha thing is existing, though this has been mentioned in many other interpretation or many other texts. Even Ramcharitmanas by Tulsidas talks about it. So that also highlight that how in India we take narration and interpret as ourselves, and that is welcome. Nobody will kill you, nobody will accuse you, nobody will say why you deviated from this. So ours is a very liberal, very pragmatic society since time immemorial, and that's why our culture has survived. So with that, I would end the presentation, and it was nice talking to you. Thank you very much.
Namaskar, and like it's a amazing presentation is there. I will stop the participant. So one question comes in, all the mythology which comes in by watching Ramayan serial. And Ramayan serial was, it has put faith of many people during trouble time. economically troubled time. But the long, so if you read these shlokas, you have read it, and many of these shlokas, Bhagwan Ram did not spend hours weeping for Lakshman, for Sita. He mentioned few, do ghadi mentioned, do ghadi. Do ghadi is 48 minutes. 48 minutes he was sad because he was also playing the role of a human, half Narayan. And then he immediately started for search. You never see in those shloka where Bhagwan Ram lost his sense, where he was in control of his emotions, and he immediately started looking here and there, and he chastises Lakshman also. That also shows that he was completely in control of himself. So all this mythology which people generated out of showing actually Bhagwan Ram is weak. Ram is actually playing more of a human and more emotions. How true all that mythology was, including Lakshman Rekha with fire.
Lakshman Rekha is not existed as far as Valmiki Ramayan is
True,
considered,
true.
because I have gone in detail, and but see, what I said earlier also, that Ram Katha has been told time and again, because it's an ideal which a man can achieve. I mean, that's our civilization has thought of, and it remains very relevant till today. Devotion to your wife, duty towards your countrymen, and rightfulness thing. So, but at the same time, this civilization, you call it Sanatan Dharma or Indian tradition, it has given liberty to Bhakt. Those who talk, I mean, Tulsidas was more of a, I mean, he would believe him in the Narayan form. So Lakshmana was duty bound, because then Rama would have asked him, "Why you didn't follow me my order?" So Lakshmana character is a very tough one.
Very tough character.
Uh, and that person, that Lakshmana, he remains. Uh, I had earlier also quoted that जाग रहा वो कौन धनुर्धर जबकि भुवन भर सोता है. I mean, when whole world is sleeping, this man is keeping watch. So if Sita says, I mean, something like so harsh that perhaps Bharata has deputed you, so it's too much for Lakshman to bear. And that is the point when he feels that I cannot answer now. I could not have thought that this will be there. But you see, very realistically, Valmiki has described the emotions. You can imagine how important Ram is for Sita. She says that she can't even touch another person with her feet, not to talk about with mind or hand or any with another limb. So she is also very true. I mean, true in a sense that what she is going through is also very correct depiction, because she would, in whatever happened, she doesn't want to think about herself. She is thinking about Rama, who is everything for her. So, and Lakshmana, he is very self-controlled. He knows everything. He understands. He knows nothing can happen to Rama, but there is no option to her. He has to follow what, and very respectfully, he even then he wishes wellness of Sita. And see, about Rama's emotion, even if I say if Rama would have wept, there is nothing, he doesn't make, I mean, there may be some description, but where it is required, Rama is very soft. And where it's required to be very tough, he is very tough. When he kills 14,000 demons.
Rakshas.
Uh, and so he doesn't, he has no mercy. He tells Evil Khardusan that you don't deserve. He wants them in the beginning, as he does, that if why to kill, but when these demons don't listen, he kills them. So Ram is one of the characters who is tough where it is required, and one has to be very soft also. After all, we have to follow him, so it cannot be very tough all the time.
Yeah, one of the acharyas explained, one of the very senior acharyas explained that after this episode of Lakshman and Ram, Sheshnag, who is also Vishnu, he is considered Narayan Vishnu Tattva.
A vehicle of, yeah.
And he also says, in every other incarnation, I'll come as your elder brother. So in the next incarnation, it comes as Balram.
Right, right.
But
Yeah.
then again, Krishna doesn't listen to him.
Yeah. That is the complaint. Means very soft complaint of Balarama. Very playfully, I mean, lovingly says that you don't listen to
Then
me.
also he doesn't listen to him. Because
Yeah.
in any way he plans, Duryodhan was a disciple of Balram. He still goes ahead and does it. And also there is a very interesting thing in this entire thing. Lakshman's instructions to Sita are actually Lakshman Rekha. Don't come out of this boundary. So the watch, because word is enough for them.
What is enough? What is
Word,
enough?
that when he says, I mean, instructions also is English is a funny language. I cannot use any other word. So Hindi mein
Yes,
we'll call it
desire, you can see
Nirdesh.
well wishing desire for Sita that
Yeah.
nothing harm shall
In-
happen. And see, this is very appropriate. I mean, he calls all the Banadevtas,
Correct.
gods and goddesses. You remember even in Abhigyan Sakutlam, when Kanvarisi is there,
Uh-huh.
he talks to these gods and goddesses who resides in
Devta and
forest,
Devi. Hmm.
and they donate uh, ornaments and everything which is required for a newly wed daughter who is to be sent to Dushyant, to her husband. So to live with uh, nature peacefully, happily, in an integrated way has been always a part of Indian tradition, Sanatana Dharma. Now, these people who tell you that Banvasi, Adivasi, all this controversy, I mean, somebody has to read our literature to understand how harmoniously we were living amongst each other. If there was a quarrel, it was between two warriors. No king would go and trouble somebody who is residing in forest, people who were living there, and most of the sages would stay there. So it was not an isolated place that Adivasi, Banvasi, I mean, there are some category of people who would live. So, I mean, for understanding our civilization, one has to read these cream of literatures which Indian civilization has produced. I mean, that's why I have started reading it sincerely and trying to. I mean, I wish that many of our viewers would go through Valmiki Ramayana.
Actually, Valmiki Ramayan presents a very realistic picture of the society at that time. And it has a very accurate description about the landmarks throughout the world. Very accurate. Every single mountain, every single river has been depicted accurately in Valmiki Ramayana. Now, in Valmiki Ramayana, if all those things are true, which I have proved two or three aspects only, but the one thing which becomes true is Bhagwan Ram's qualities in managing the armies or creating armies,
Very true.
because that is a and Bhagwan Ram throughout the pages is explained Kakapakshi, gloves, and his kavach always on,
Always.
and so very difficult, and also the Bhagwan Ram's attachment to Vyayam, exercise consistently. The way he's described Dil Doll, like his shoulders are well formed, his neck
Yes,
is
yes.
thick, well formed. So he is a very healthy person, like introduces. When I see the today's Ram Bhakta, sometimes I respect them, all of them, but so किसी का पेट बाहर आ रहा है, किसी का like they're worshipping Ram but not taking care of their own bodies, not learning anything from him.
Yeah,
Bhagwan Ram,
very true. Not learning anything from me. See, Ram stayed in Bana, and before that, also in childhood, also he went with Vishwamitra. Earlier to that, he was learning from Vasishtha. So that discipline was always there.
always there, always there. Like his daily regime is mentioned also. Morning he will get up and do his swadhyaya and then vayayam, just to show an example. And if you put all those things in perspective, then Sita Aparan looks like a event which was staged by Brahma, so that the Ravan killing can happen quickly. You know,
Very true, very true. See, Lakshmana tells, and even Marriage tells, when talking to Ravana, don't take name of Rama.
Yeah,
Don't even take name of Ram in front of me. I
because
see everything Ram, Ram like that. It creates so much of fear into me.
because
So
two times. Yeah.
and when Rama goes pursuing Maricha, he knows. He says that because Sita is asking, so he is performing the duty of a husband also. At the same time, he knows that this is marriage because he doesn't counter Lakshman fully. He says, even if it's marriage, I will kill that person.
Yes.
So you are very right that if Rama is not a fool, that he will create this situation, he will leave. He would have taken Sita, come
No.
Lakshman and Sita, you come with me
Uh,
behind me at least.
and also like most of, because see the Ravans, if people read Valmiki Ramayana very clearly, then they will understand Brahma gave a boon to Ravan, and then Brahma was requested to remove Ravan. So Vishnu comes down as Sri Ram, and the whole purpose of Sri Ram was to relieve the Devata, because Ravan had even conquered Swargaloka, Indra also. And
Yes, yes.
Vyasdev, if you now triangulate with the Bhagavad Puran, Vyasdev say Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Hridayanti Yuge Yuge. He says that whenever the kingdom of Indra or the rule of Indra is affected, Vishnu always comes down. So if you put the entire background into the whole place, then Valmiki Ramayana starts making sense. Otherwise, you will always be getting carried away with the small aspects of it, which is also important. I'm not saying it is not important, it is also important. And
And
then,
that's why Valmiki has gone in detail describing this little emotions also. And in fact, Rama, and I will talk something about someday about that also. Uh, Valmiki has described one sarga about winter, onset of winter
right?
also.
Beautiful.
So he, as you said, that the condition of that time has been beautifully described by Valmiki quite realistically, and it's not about Ram only because Sita also is there, Lakshmana is also there. How one brother thinks about ideal brother can be, how an ideal wife would be. I mean, they are the living example of all these relations. So it's a depiction of the ideal society also. I
I
mean,
just
all types
like
of people
Lakshman.
are there.
Lakshman always mentions that he only saw the toenails of Sita. I have never seen her face. I've only saw the toenails. It also shows the high standards of morality which are established there. And nowadays, if you contrast it to today, Kali Yuga is totally different. It's totally different. The kind of,
There is no comparison.
there's no comparison. So thank you very much. I love these episodes, small. You know, the more you read, the less you know. It is like that because every shloka has some secrets. Every shloka.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of things are to be understood and to
Thank
be
you very
enjoyed.
much. And thank you all the viewers for loving the discussion. I know you wait for my discussion towards the beginning and the end. So thank you. I hope I covered that background also for some of you who are asking this question. And just to re-clarify, this is the history of the world. This is the pre-recorded prehistory of the world. Because prehistory is never taught in the schools and colleges because some of the people in Rome get really affected by it negatively. So therefore, the prehistory is always avoided in American campuses. So Sattology brings you the prehistory. This is the prehistory because the places of Astachal are mentioned. Astachal is the west, and the places like the Udaygiri is mentioned, which is the place of the East and South America. So thank you very much and namaste.
Namaste. Thank you to everybody.